Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football, where I break down goals scored in the Premier League using my over 20 plus years coaching experience from all over the world to give you some sort of different insight, different opinions that you're not going to hear anywhere else. And today we're doing Manchester City against Arsenal. There's only one goal in it, not much going on, but there are a couple of points that I can talk about. I don't really like talking about anything else other than the goals, but it's becoming a case more and more this season that the refs are dodgy as hell, and I'm going to start pointing out why. So, also, I'm going to show you something that you might not know about, right? Watch these two here. Now, certain places in the world that I'd coach are going to be sent off straight away, instantly, all right? And let me show you why. Do you see him wrestling? He's not looking at the ball. He's grabbed the player. There's no good angle as well. I've tried to go find some of the highlights. There's no really other good angle. I'll see if I can find one later on in the day and add it in, but he's not actually trying to play the ball. He's just got his arms around him. It's a clear penalty. He's holding him down. Not even looked at, not even called. Bosh, right? And the guy that gets the shot off is the one that he's wrestling. Now, why he'd be sent off in some of the countries I've coached in, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, they haven't played football enough at like a high level to understand that they're just not playing the ball. So when they read the law, they go, oh, okay, but you've got to be trying to play the ball. They take it, properly. Well, which they should, to be honest. And because he's not trying to play the ball, they go, well, you've got no interest in playing the game. You're sent off. No, not having none of it. You're not facing the ball. He's facing the player. He's tracking the player and he's just bodying the player out. They go, yeah, well, you're not trying to play the ball. You're off. And then send them off. Now, we say, oh, we're cultured because we play the game more and we do this and that's allowed. It's part of the game, blah, blah, blah. Well, in fact, it's really not because next week they'll call that a penalty. But there we go. I just thought I'd throw that in there to give you some insight into how other places think and look at the game. But let's go on to a couple of these fouls I want to talk about because last week they probably would have been red cards. So last week, I had to go look his name up. Curtis Jones is his name for Liverpool against Tottenham. And the only reason he got sent off, really, in reality, was because they freeze-framed in VAR on the actual stamping of it because the ball rolled, his ankle rolled, and he fell on the guy. Let's watch this. Real time. Bosh. Done him. Well, what's the problem? He's from behind, and he's gone studs up. And he's late, and he hasn't caught the ball. He's caught the player right in the ankle. Okay. Let's have a look and see what the VAR gives us. Before the VAR, with the magic of the internet, I can show you that. Bosh, right there. See, that's what they would have shown. The ball's gone, studs up. That's what they did to Curtis Jones, and he would have been sent off straight away. But they didn't do that. Wait till you find out who Michael Oliver works for. It's surely not Man City. It's Man City. How do we know it's Man City? Well, wait until you find out, because on Ref Watch, later on today, we're going to show you why Michael Oliver doesn't give this as a red card, and where he went the next day, and who he actually works for, because it ain't the Premier League. Right, and let's go with that one a bit. Bosh, and then they go to VAR. Let's show him what VAR is. The thing, he doesn't go over and look at the monitor, because VAR said that's not a foul, other than a yellow card, even though he's got his studs on the back, onto his Achilles. The ball's nowhere to be seen. He's late. He's from behind, which is also another yellow card offence, but not given. And also, they haven't freeze-framed it, which I don't believe you should do. I know they did him wrong last week. I bloody forgot his name again. But that guy, you can't do a freeze-frame. You have to do it in motion. You have to, and you can see clearly there, it's from behind. There's no ball. No intent really to play the ball, and he's done him. Let's get on to the next foul. So in this situation, I quite like it because he's received he knows Kovacic is behind him. He's got his body shape in the right position. The only way Kovacic can get the ball, if he comes through him, he's sent off. Right? So he's done well, the Arsenal player. Yeah, Dumph goes through him anyway. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Let's have a little look. See if we can get a little bit closer on this. Both feet off the ground. Why that's important is because if both feet off the ground, it's deemed reckless. Right? So you have different levels of fouls. Both feet off the ground, it's reckless because you're not in control of the body. So that's immediately a yellow card straight away. From behind, another yellow, so it's a red card offence, and he catches him with his studs right there. Actually catches him on his Achilles. Now, I don't know if anyone's had any injuries before. I've done everything. I've done hamstrings, torn calf muscles, knee, you name it, I've done it, except for I haven't done an Achilles. And an Achilles is just, almost, some people it's just career ending. So when you see people, rake down the back of their, the studs down the back and they stop on the Achilles like that, or they catch them like that, it's really bad. It's really bad. So anyone who knows, that's clearly a second yellow. I think that was on Declan Rice as well. That's like he goes out. Arsenal's chances for the league's gone out. So I'm going to go and show you that Michael Oliver After the game, he flew to the UAE, to the Saudi League, and went and refed. Obviously, Man City own that. That's Man City's league. And he went over there and refed the game immediately after, the very next day. So it's not like he's working for Man City in the other league and getting paid exorbitant amounts of money to go and ref the game the very next day somewhere else, is it? Couldn't be a thing. It couldn't be that if he refs for the Saudi, well, it's not the Saudi league, it's the Man City league, and refs the Man City game, there's a conflict of interest in any way, shape, or form. That can't possibly be a thing, can it? No, it couldn't. We can't have corruption from referees who, get paid more in one game than they do in the entirety of the Premier League, so they don't want to possibly lose that gig. Nah, that can't be it, boys. Can't be it. It's because it really wasn't a two-footed tackle from behind, up in the air, studs up, late on someone. That's not a yellow. It's just not a yellow. No, it's not. All right. After making fun of that, let's get on to the goal. So as we can see, Man City's got a bit of a higher line than normal because they've got no pressure really on the ball here. And they've just been caught out with this little ball. It's been dinked. Here we go. Bosh. In it goes. Look at how no one is ending up marking him. No one is marking him. Bump, bump, bump. Ball comes down. Dosh knocks it on. Again. Right, so if you ever play those like header tennis games or any of those little things in training, that's the reason why you do these. I had this coach once, he used to argue with me about not doing juggling and stuff like that. And I said, well, you're not doing juggling, you're doing things because this happens in the game and you can keep the ball between two of you. A classic example of what's going on there. Again, there's no real pressure on the ball from Man City. They let the first guy have a free, bringing the ball down easily for free and then just knocks it onto the next guy who gets his pass off. There was was it Luton? Was it? Fulham running around like headless chickens, all chasing the ball. That's exactly what everyone's doing here. Everyone's running around chasing the ball, and there's no consistent shape to what they're doing, so they're not really set properly. And that's why when this shot comes in, it hits him someone in the face and goes into the goal. It's panic defending. There's like the first ball that came in, no one challenged. The second ball, no one challenged, and the third shot, no one challenged. It's not good enough, really, for Man City. Here's the issue. Rodri's out, and with Rodri out, they don't work. That's how Man City work. You take out Rodri, you stop him playing, you stop him doing anything defensively, and you'll beat them. That's what's happened here. No Rodri. Kevin De Bruyne, yeah, it's a bit of an afterthought. Don't get me wrong. I think he's brilliant. But he's like a lot of these players now. He's getting on the wrong side of stuff. But also, they don't have Raheem Sterling and Mahrez. As much as you might not like those players, they score goals. They get goals. And without those, their wingers aren't getting goals at the moment. They're just not goal scorers. So Man City are going to struggle, but I still think they'll win the league. Because at the end of the day, January's coming. And if they're struggling through December, they'll just buy whatever they need. So I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.